Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's weekly psychic reading. I'm Erin Lee, and you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. And this is the weekly psychic reading for Monday, March the 24th to Sunday, March the 30th, 2014. And this week we're going to be using Sonia Choquette's Trust Your Vibes Oracle card deck. Your crystal choices for the week are lava, Preonite, and pink tourmaline. They're all kind of small this week, so I hope you can see them. Again, your choices are lava, Preonite, and pink tourmaline. Okay, so we'll move these guys over and we'll give the cards a shuffle. And while we're shuffling, we're going to ask our angels and guides to come in and give us the messages that we need to keep ourselves healthy, balanced, and moving in a positive direction in our divine life path. And this card here keeps jumping out, so we're going to take him out. Pray. So one of the things that's really important for us to remember this week is it's really important that we're connecting, we're asking for help, and we're utilizing prayer. So yeah, that's the message to remember for this coming week. All right. So, the first card is for Monday and Tuesday, and the message that's coming up is fake it till you make it. And I have to say, I really love this card. So this card comes up when you're in a situation where you are wanting to make change, you're wanting to grow, and you're wanting to move past where you are, but you don't necessarily have the confidence. And so the message that's coming up here is that you have all of the tools that you need in order to make this change, in order to make this adjustment, and you just have to pretend that you know that you're doing until you actually feel that you know that what you're doing, because you already know. So it's kind of cyclical, but basically the encouragement here is to have fun, to play, to know that you already have all of the tools that are necessary in order for the change that you're wanting to make in your life. You just have to believe it. So this is a lot of ego that's coming in, so make sure you let go of any ego talk, but yeah, know that you're coming into your own, and that the only block to that is you. All right, looking at Wednesday and Thursday, the message that's coming up is talk shop. And this card here, again, actually is really interesting. It looks like we've got a lot of life path change that's coming up this week, because we've got the fake it till you make it card, which is really talking about stepping out into your own, taking on the things that you're wanting to be doing. And talk shop is also encouraging that as well. It's encouraging you to be connecting with like-minded individuals, where you will eventually end up finding a lot of support for the changes that you're wanting to be making. So through Wednesday and Thursday this week, make sure you're connecting with people who have similar mindsets, similar ideas, similar viewpoints. Talk to people who have already implemented the changes in their lives that you're wanting to make in your own. So there's a lot of support that's coming up through Wednesday and Thursday. I'm also kind of getting the message again to pray. So make sure you're calling on your angels and your spirit guides, and you're asking them for help with making these changes, with making these adjustments, and knowing that you have all of the support that you need in order to be making these changes. Looking at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have mentors and role models. So again, we have very similar messages that are coming up for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as what we saw on Wednesday and Thursday. So the call here is to be looking at the people who inspire you so that you can start making changes for yourself. Allow yourself to be inspired. There's also a message coming up here that if you already are living the career and the life that you want to have, because this is really coming up around career and life purpose. There are other places that it can be coming up to. There are some people who are kind of popping in like kids and family stuff, that there are things that are happening there, but I'm really getting a lot of information that this week is really going to be about life purpose, career path, career change, or things kind of along those lines. And so mentors and role models, coming back into why I went off on that tangent, mentors and role models is basically talking about finding those people and being inspired by those people, and alternatively being that person and helping to inspire others. So now is really a time to be giving back, to be giving of yourself, and also to be opening and sharing with other people. So yeah, as I said, we've got a big week of change. Things are kind of starting to move into place, but there's definitely a lot of energy that's coming up around life path change, career change. Kids and family keep popping in too, and so for anybody who has children, who has, and particularly young kids, who is maybe feeling the difficulties of being a parent and going through that experience, talk to other parents and see what they're doing, because it feels like this is not only applying to people in making career transition, but this is also really applying to kind of day-to-day life stuff. So parents, or seeing how people are dealing with things within friendships, relationships, romantic relationships. It's a time of learning this week. All right, let's bring our crystals in. So for the people who chose lava, your card for this week is listen to your heart. And so one of the things that's coming up is it feels like it's really important that you are paying attention to the things that are important to you, that the things that are coming up that you're really emotional about, that you feel passionate about. There's also encouragement to be doing things that are lifting up your spirit. So really making sure that you that your time is being spent on the things that are important to you. So prioritization is really important, but also paying attention to your intuitive feelings. So if something doesn't feel right, now is the time to be making change with that. There's also, I love the smiley face, like the smiley lips within the heart. And basically what that's saying to me is that as you are listening to your heart, it brings a lot of joy and a lot of happiness into your life. Also, the lava card that came up with this is lava is an incredibly transformative stone. And so as soon as you start listening to your heart, then notice that there's going to be a lot of transformation that comes into effect and that happens for you. I'm also kind of being drawn to the fake it till you make it card, because this card came up directly under it as well. So this is all about, you know, passion and happiness and purpose, and know that as soon as you start working on that, as soon as you start living that, there's huge amounts of transformation that happens and occurs in order for you to be able to continue with that. All right, looking at the people who chose Preonite, name your higher self. So the message that's coming up with this card here is that it's really important that you're connecting and communicating with your higher self. The name your higher self comes in as a way to open up and to encourage communication with your higher self. So if you've been finding that you've been having a difficult time connecting, one of the tools that you can use, or the exercises you can use, is to sit quietly, allow your mind to clear, and ask your higher self for a name. So how does your higher self want to be addressed? But basically this is encouraging open communication between yourself and your higher self. Also encouragement to be talking to your guides and to your angels as well. And I find it really interesting that this card is coming up below the talk shop card, because this is basically saying that it's really important that you're talking about the things that you're wanting to create in your life, and actually going into the pray card as well. So this is a week where there's a lot of manifestation. There's a lot of opportunity for things to be changing and to be coming together. So make sure that you are putting that out there to your higher self and to your angels, that these are the changes that you want to be making and you want to be bringing in. One of the exercises that I find to be incredibly helpful in situations like this, particularly if I'm in a place where I'm experiencing a lot of emotional difficulty, or there's a lot of fear that's coming up, I'll open up and I'll say, hey, you know, angels, here's what I'm dealing with, and this is what I'd really like help with. And there's a lot of encouragement for you to be doing that this week as well. All right, and for the people who chose pink tourmaline, your message that's coming up is call on your healer guides. So for you, it feels like there's a certain amount of healing that you're going to be going through this week. Since we are looking at a week where there's a lot of transformation and there's, pardon me, a lot of change that's coming up, as these changes are happening, there's a lot of healing that you're going through. So there is a reason that you haven't brought this into your life before now, and these things are coming up so that you can heal those, so that you can move forward in that. So make sure that you're asking for help, especially if you're experiencing any sort of difficulty through the coming week. Surrounding yourself with love and compassion is really important. Compassion for yourself and compassion for other people around you too. One of the things that I find really interesting is the pink tourmaline stone is one that is very, very strongly connected with the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is all about healing, particularly on an emotional level. So make sure that you are allowing yourself the time and the space that you need in order to be healing on an emotional level too, because there is a lot of transformation that's happening, and now it's time to be prepared for it. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. My name is Erin Lee, and you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com, and I'm wishing you a fabulous week.